before they built empires, before the billions, before the fame. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, and Steve Jobs were once ordinary people, facing extraordinary struggles. From sleeping on office floors to being told they would never succeed. Every billionaire's story begins with hardship. This is the untold story of their early struggles, and how those struggles shaped the destiny of Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, and Steve Jobs. Jeff Bezos was born to a teenage mother, just 17 years old. Abandoned by his biological father, Jeff Bezos was raised by a hard-working immigrant stepfather who gave the family stability through sacrifice. As a child, Jeff Bezos showed relentless curiosity. He spent hours in his garage, building small gadgets from scrap metal and wires. When Jeff Bezos launched Amazon, it did not begin in a skyscraper. It started in a rented garage, with a desk made from a wooden door and a vision for the future of online shopping. But Amazon struggled. In the early years, the company lost millions. Critics mocked Jeff Bezos. Newspapers predicted Amazon's failure, and investors questioned his decisions. Yet Jeff Bezos refused to give up. With determination and focus, he pushed through every setback, believing in an idea that the world could not yet see. Elon Musk grew up in South Africa, where his childhood was filled with challenges. In school, Elon Musk was bullied so severely that he once ended up in the hospital. Every day was a struggle to fit in. But instead of breaking him, the pain fueled his determination. At home, Elon Musk faced a difficult and often harsh family environment. He searched for escape wherever he could find it. Books became Elon Musk's sanctuary. He read for hours, sometimes finishing 2 books a day. From science fiction to engineering manuals, those pages expanded his mind beyond the limits of his surroundings. At the age of 12, Elon Musk created and sold his very first computer game. It was a small success, but it gave him his first taste of what was possible when curiosity and persistence met opportunity. When Elon Musk moved to America, life was not easy. He lived in small apartments, often sleeping on the office floor, surrounded by papers and empty coffee cups. To save money, Elon Musk showered at public gyms and ate instant noodles for dinner. Every dollar he saved was invested back into his dreams. Elon Musk launched Zip2, his first company, but investors rejected him over and over again. Many doors were slammed shut before one finally opened. Despite rejection, Elon Musk refused to stop. His persistence eventually turned into a breakthrough. X.com, his online banking idea, merged and evolved into what we know today as PayPal. That success gave Elon Musk his first fortune. But it all started with rejection, sacrifice, and a relentless will to push forward. Oprah Winfrey was born into extreme poverty in rural Mississippi. Her childhood was marked by hardship. Oprah Winfrey often wore dresses made from potato sacks because her family could not afford proper clothing. From an early age, Oprah Winfrey faced trauma and abuse. She grew up in an environment that would have crushed many others, but she found strength in resilience. Despite her struggles, Oprah Winfrey discovered the power of her voice. She spoke with confidence and presence, even when the world tried to silence her. At just 19 years old, Oprah Winfrey earned her first job in television. But instead of being welcomed, she was told she wasn't fit for TV. Her appearance, her background, her style, all were used against her. But rejection did not break Oprah Winfrey. Instead, it became the fuel that drove her forward. She transformed her pain into empathy and her setbacks into strength. Step by step, Oprah Winfrey built a career rooted in authenticity, connection, and resilience. Audiences saw in her someone who understood struggle, someone who had walked the same difficult path. From a childhood of poverty and abuse, Oprah Winfrey rose to become one of the most powerful women in the world, a billionaire who never forgot the lessons of her early struggles. Steve Jobs entered the world with uncertainty. He was given up for adoption at birth, raised by a working-class couple who struggled to provide stability. As a young man, Steve Jobs felt out of place in traditional education. He dropped out of college after just one semester, sleeping on friends' floors and returning bottles for spare change. But even in those uncertain times, Steve Jobs pursued what fascinated him. He attended calligraphy classes, explored design, and studied the beauty of details, lessons that would later shape the products of Apple. In 1976, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak built the first Apple computer in a garage. It was not glamorous, but it was the start of something revolutionary. Success came quickly, but so did failure. In 1985, Steve Jobs was forced out of Apple, the very company he had created. It was a devastating blow, a moment that could have ended his journey. But Steve Jobs refused to give up. Instead, he built Next, invested in Pixar, and years later, returned to Apple to lead it into a new era. His struggles became the foundation for his greatest achievements. When we look at Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, and Steve Jobs, one truth becomes clear. Their early struggles were not the end of their story. They were the beginning. Jeff Bezos faced doubt and financial loss, but never abandoned his vision. Elon Musk endured rejection, bullying, and sacrifice, yet he persisted with relentless drive. Oprah Winfrey carried the weight of trauma and poverty, yet she transformed it into unmatched influence. Steve Jobs faced abandonment, rejection, and failure, yet he built some of the most iconic innovations of all time. Their struggles were different, but the pattern was the same. Each challenge became a stepping stone. Each rejection became fuel. Each hardship forged resilience. The untold struggles of Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, and Steve Jobs remind us of a simple truth. Greatness is not born in comfort. It is forged in hardship, doubt, and persistence. Every billionaire faced moments when giving up seemed easier than going on. But instead of quitting, they chose resilience. Instead of surrender, they chose belief. And that mindset, the billionaire mindset, is what transformed ordinary beginnings into extraordinary legacies. In the next chapters, we will go even deeper into the psychology of billionaires. We will uncover how they think differently, how they make decisions, and how they turn vision into reality. If you found inspiration in their early struggles, make sure to subscribe to the channel because this journey has only just begun. This is Billionaire's Mind, and the story is far from over.